Hi, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I have a two-part question regarding NFTs. My first question is, what is the barrier for entry for NFT platforms? For example, what's to stop the NFL or some other talent agency to create their own NFT currencies or platforms? Second question is, outside of art and music, what's the next big real-world asset that's going to utilize NFTs? Could it be real estate? So thank you, guys. Also, on a side note, I'm in Austin tonight, and I look forward to attending your next in-person event. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Thank you for that call. Okay, there are two questions in there. One was basically, what's the next big use case for NFTs, essentially, right? And then the other was, what's the barrier to entry for NFT platforms? Forrest, what do you think?
Yeah, so that's a pretty tough question to know. I know the NFL, I don't think they have expertise in building NFT platforms, right? So when it comes to the NFL, I think they're going to be looking to use an existing NFT functional platform, whether that's Flow or Chiliz or anything else out there, or Ethereum, Rarible, something that adds that functionality or has that functionality already built into it. And maybe they try to white label it and use that technology, to create their own NFT, NFL NFT website. That would be my best guess there.
Bill, what do you think?
I think the NFL and related sports organizations have got problems because no one's paying $600 a ticket, or they can't fill stadiums at $600 a ticket. So if there's a way to get people excited about the sport and get them off Netflix, particularly Generation X, the NFL or the sports organizations is going to go, you know what? I think we're going to build our own blockchain system and do this. Oh my God, no. They got video clips and they are going to want to get people pumped up. It's almost like free advertising, right? It's like, oh, the NFL is cool. It's in NFTs, right? So the easy, quick way in the pandemic is the way to go. Now, pro athletes may get, like certain pro athletes, it may pay to have them build a small blockchain for their own NFTs, right? So if you're LeBron James, you don't have to go through Flow. You can grow through LeBron Chain. But in terms of the big players, they need attention now.
All right, thank you, Bill.
The second part of the question, like what can be tokenized? It's controversial. It's crazy. But it's probably partial ownership in people or celebrities. So, in other words, if you could tokenize a baseball card that has the picture of a baseball player, I can see like baseball player coin, right? Like, why go through some video provider when you can almost tokenize yourself and the token might be tied to your sports statistics, sort of like tokenizing fantasy sports, if you will.
All right, thank you, Bill. Yeah, so I think it's pretty interesting because in terms of use case, so we have music, we have art, but I think trading cards and collectibles is still the main use case, in my opinion. But pretty interesting this week. The NFL hasn't really yet hopped into the NFT arena, but their players are already doing it. NFL tight end Gronk from the Buccaneers just launched his own trading cards. And then also MVP Pat Mahomes is also teaming up with Maker's Place to launch NFTs. And I think this is really pretty fascinating because this is the drop. It's called Museum of Mahomes, and it's on Maker's Place. But I think if athletes can really get additional revenue stream and really take ownership of their own collectibles or trading cards, this will unlock a whole new way to make money for them. But I think once this takes off with athletes, what Bill said, I think now anybody can really tokenize themselves via NFTs and use that to really take back ownership and control of their own rights and collectibles. So I think that's probably the big use case coming. I don't really see real estate yet. I mean, maybe it is something I'm not getting, but I think people were thinking real estate would do well with SDOs and security tokens, but that hasn't really turned out that well. But if we go here to NFT section on CoinGecko, this kind of gives you an idea of where the market is going, right? And right now, Engine Coin has the highest market cap. Then you also have Decentraland. So people really do like using NFTs in virtual worlds. So if anything, I think video games is still something that hasn't really been tapped, right? Because I know lots of people play video games, whether it's Madden, NBA 2K, Fortnite. If all those items in the games could be turned into NFTs and people could actually buy them and trade them, I think that's a huge opportunity. So I would add that to that list. Then in terms of, what was the other question? Barrier to entry with different platforms. I think eventually, right now it's kind of like a race to see which platform will get the most adoption, but eventually people will gravitate to a platform that has the most NFTs available. So whether that's OpenSea, whether that's Rarible, eventually there'll kind of be a main platform that gets first place. Then I think there'll be other smaller niches for people who maybe want to specialize, maybe in just athletes or maybe in just music. But in terms of barrier to entry, I think it'll just be movers having first mover advantage and being able to specialize and go down a particular niche. All right, but thank you.
Token Metrics is a cryptocurrency investment platform that helps users leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotions of investing, find profitable investment opportunities, and filters out scams. Learn more at tokenmetrics.com.